and welcome. My name is Ayana Lahi, and I am delighted that you are here today in Light Mastery Academy. We are diving into a very important theme to understand and to implement into your everyday life. Awakening into your ego operating system and true self operating system. Why am I sharing two different systems? What is the difference between one system and the other system? What difference does it really make? When you are grokked in, reconnected into your true self operating system, all switches are turned on. You're not faking it until you make it. You're not using energy, other people's energies, your own energies. You're not forcing life to happen. You are in a relationship with yourself that is prompting you, propelling you, inspiring you, and lifting you, holding you, because you have an inner system. You have something that you can rely upon to be able to fulfill your life purpose. Your life purpose is being who you are. And each and every one of you is distinctly different and unique. That is what being alive as a human being means. You are part of a tribe of humanity, but you are an individual. And we are taught that we have to move into an ego operating system, which is the system that we create in order to help us survive. When we're small kids and we are just being who we are, but we're asked to do something that might be beyond our abilities, we are given expectations, possibly emotional requirements, possibly physical hoops to jump through that we cannot do. We have to muster up deep inside of ourselves that part in our psyche that I'm naming your ego. It's not necessarily bad. It was there for a purpose. Your ego stepped up to help you function, to survive, to make it through, whether they're emotional demands, developmental demands that were happening to you. Perhaps the way that your learning experiences were happening felt disjointed, that you couldn't really exhale and really learn. Perhaps you were learning from a different part of your brain, meaning the right side instead of the left side. And what you really wanted was to access that place where you could really be integrated with your original brilliance. Through this incredible journey in the Spirit Gateways Institute, you are given the tools to access your magnificent, your genius self, the you that is connected in for real to the source within you. Your ego self is trying to succeed, to survive without having the connection to its source. It's called up into a position of authority, of power, to manage your life, to do what might be needed by your parents, by teachers, by the expectations of your friends. And it was difficult to fulfill, but look what a great job you've done. We all do a great job because we're groomed to first find our ego operating system. We're groomed to learn how to become someone that we may not even really be. And if you've been given the great gift of having the opportunity to develop your creative talents, your intellect, whether in science or math, for those of you who have the literature mindset, the inner stories, history, through numbers, through connecting in with the source, with music, and with all the arts. Those are all expressions of your true self. But if we have those inner doubts or fears that we cannot fulfill, or we really don't know what we're doing, the requirements that our ego mind is telling us that we have to become and do, we feel disempowered. It's natural, it's what everyone does. Until you find that hidden jewel, that gem inside of yourself that is the true you, the true self that knows what it needs to be doing and it's living in its truth. That is found through being willing to let go of needing to use power in order to define yourself. Our true self sometimes can't even be defined. It's an experience. You feel integrated, you feel connected into yourself, and there is no doubt inside yourself that you're not faking it. You know that you're really here. In the ego operating system, you're constantly looking for some of the following: recognition from others, acknowledgement, feeling insecure in yourself because you don't know if you're really enough, and you don't know if who you are is good enough. So there's always the enough syndrome, that you're never feeling like who you are is enough. And yet, being connected into Source, it is a daily, moment-to-moment experience of going deeper into that Source where we lose ourselves to find ourselves. We lose the attachment to having to have a particular perspective, belief system, in order to feel like who we are is important. We recognize that all of us are extensions and creation points of the Source itself. And there are many words for Source, from universal mind, quantum heart, universal spirit, God, the One. Whatever term that feels comfortable for you is what you want to refer to your awakening, energetically, emotionally, psychologically. There is a source of love inside of you. It's not mushy-gushy love. It doesn't mean that you're not fully feeling power in the moment. Love and power have been separated in our global mind field because we are not aware of whether we are serving our separation self and living in our ego operating system or our true self operating system. The fastest way to begin to approach the ego operating system is to pay attention during the day to a voice that is telling you how you need to be. It's so subtle at first. For some of you, it might be, oh yeah, that voice. I know that voice. It is driving you. It could be the voice that you created because maybe your father wasn't making a strong enough living. Maybe your father appeared really smart and you wanted to be smarter. Maybe he would put you down for not knowing the answer. So you develop this ego operating system in order to fulfill that parent's own separation from their own self, that they never feel good enough. They don't feel connected to a whole. They're just bicycling their way through their life pretty unconscious, just showing up, doing what their ego has them doing, which was to possibly just keep their true self down. Human race, we're really good at repression. We're really good at keeping down the truth, the light, the real light. And so because we don't know what that true light is, the truth that comes from the light taking the steering wheel of your life. You want to give the steering wheel of your life to the light within you while you're recognizing the wounds inside of yourself, which I go into in another Light Mastery Academy class. When you focus predominantly into wanting to know who you really are, you're going to begin to push away or question. You're going to inquire, who am I really? And what am I trying to get here? Be aware of what am I trying to get? And is what you're trying to get worth giving over your steering wheel to your car over to an ego false self operating system? Because at some point, whether in this lifetime or a future lifetime, the game gets busted open. For those who have experienced, those of you who have experienced having your life blow up, where all of a sudden you're having to face a really major life change. Perhaps a job didn't work out. Perhaps something didn't turn out how you had hoped in a primary relationship, or with the house that you purchased, or with the health of your child. You are forced to have to reconnect into the deeper truth within you. That source, that light source, that oneness within you. Call it God if you'd like, the quantum source if you'd like, whatever it is you'd like. That one source, that infinite source within you is your guide, because your soul, as the spark of light, consciousness, is returning towards that light. You can move out and try to make your life happen, and at the end of your life say, what do I have? What have I done? I have a legacy. Or I have nothing, but I have found me. You move from lifetime to lifetime, moving closer towards the light that you are, or moving away from it. And we're presently living in a global collective culture and thinking system of seeing the effect of moving away from the true source of light, that infinite source that, when connected into, is a infinite divine intelligence. It is an intelligence that is already connected to the way all of life works. And so when we connect into that, we shift out of an ego separation thinking and fulfilling the ego, going, oh, I knew the answer to that, or wow, I did such a great job, or look at this because of what I did. The ego's really, really subtle. You might not be saying those words out loud, but inside, if you watch and listen for that voice in your ego operating system, it's like a jolt, and it's here to wake you up. The question is who are you serving each day? And if you're choosing to serve the highest force of light, the highest truth, which is light, which takes obedience to listen to, we have to mend ourselves. We have to find, it's like you're fishing, you have to find that piece, that part of yourself that was wounded and became separate from your light, so that no matter how much meditation you do or prayers, you're not going to be able to be whole until you find that aspect of you, what I call the wounded part of you, and you tenderly reel it back into you, and you go, wow, you're hurting. Ah, okay, I'm here for you. And we have to learn how to be here. We have to learn how to be here for ourselves, and that unplugs the ego operating system from having to work so hard. But until we actually turn the focus into finding where we really live inside of ourselves, we remain just trying to be seen, trying to be heard, and trying the best we can. For those of you who are on your soul path in this lifetime to awaken to you, you must trust that you are wired to return to living in a relationship with the source within you. And yes, the world around us can be created and based upon most difficult separation ego thinking. Have compassion, but be strong in how you are approaching yourself. Be strong, be clear, be connected into you so that you can find greater confidence in trusting the voice, the expression, the blueprint of how to accomplish your goals, of how to show up with the individuals in your life, whether they are business colleagues, whether they are the people that you manage, that work for you, that you work for someone that you respect. Respect yourself, honor yourself through working with people who are choosing not to encage you, enslave you into an ego operating system that feels false. Be willing to live in alignment with the true source of the light within you. And yes, you'll feel vulnerable. It will feel a little frightening. Constantly be giving over your fear into the source of light itself. So I'd like to invite you each day to look for a spark of light within your heart. It could be a small flame, it could be a blaze. It could be a full diamond light that is already filling your chest, filling the whole interior space in your body, and to connect into the light and receive it. Let that light move into your brain, into your third eye, 2 inches inside your forehead. Let the light fill your heart and then move into your lower belly. Let the light be the light, and you be the receiver of how delicious and magnificent and glowing your light really is, so that you can be the one to unveil. You can be the one to unlock the door, open the door, so that your light can come into you and bring back into your life the essence of why you're here, who you're meant to be. Call in your light before you have a conversation. Let your mind come down into the light within your heart. Receive it. Allow yourself to evolve. Allow yourself to make that shift so that you're not in the ego operating system, doubting, going from one thought to another thought. You know, the battle inside your head and how sometimes it knocks against each other, where you can have two opposing thoughts happening at the same time. We all have experienced that. And then we realize, we wake up in a jolt in the moment, oh my goodness, my own mind is just battling itself. That battle is then brought into our life. And what I'm suggesting is to just be aware of not checking out from your own mind, but training your mind to come into you. Training your mind to just, oh, you're in the shower, just come on into your heart, see the light. Oh, I'm cutting up some carrots for a dish for dinner. Open to you. Know that the light force is in everything. The light force is inside, and what makes happen your life force energy, your sexual, creative, material energies are all one inside of the essence of your life force energy. And as you feel that power, get to know that power, It is the gateway to the true light of your true self within you. And this I share with you from all of my being, from my heart to your heart. If you're interested in going deeper, I invite you. Subscribe for free to the Spirit Gateway's Evolutionary Empowerment Global Village so that you can see, take in the choices you have of how to enter into this life-changing, truly soul-awakening, life-enhancing system of self-empowerment and self-realization. Holding you in deep love from my heart to yours. Be true to yourselves. All my love.